What's your official title here? Like, what do you do?
My official title with the Woodbine Entertainment Group is Communications Coordinator.
Okay.
For Standardbred Racing.
Okay.
So.
What do you do?
Exactly. I just tell people the title and then
hand out the business card and just walk away before they ask.
No, but look after press releases, media requests, social media, updating website content, lots of different things. Kind of like a lot of PR work.
So you're one of the main reasons why I don't have to get on Mohawk or Woodbine about some stupid stuff that goes down.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, because you're up on it. You get what's going on.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, Mohawk and Woodbine have a great television signal. Mm-hmm. They have a great television product. They have great graphics. They do a lot of stuff. The social media work leading up to promotions of events is top notch. And I'm not here just kissing ass because. If there was something bad, I'd say I'm not.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tracks that do stuff wrong. Okay, here, Mohawk.
Did you find something? All right.
Cut the tree down in front of the horse racing, and the sign.
The tree.
Yeah, there's a tree in the front.
In front of
it's blocking that says horse racing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Out by the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, certainly. There we go. That's all I needed.
That's it. That's all I could figure out. That's it.
I think if that's our issue,
one little thing
we're doing all right. But absolutely.
How do you guys look at? Do you have a team?
We have a lot of different departments in this company.
Well, okay. What to reframe that? What's the one thing? What has your handprint all over it?
I would say anything you see that would be social media related to Standardbred Racing.
Okay.
Anything that has to do with
North America Cup posters saying going back, it'll say 2005 Rock and Roll Hanover, a picture of Brian Sears, and says 22 days to Cup. That's you?
No, that stuff right now that you're seeing online, that's actually from our track photographer. He's doing a really good job on that. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
You take credit for that.
No, I'm not.
That's what you're supposed to do. You take credit for that.
I could have just not corrected you and just said.
I'm teaching you the way you're like Luke. I'm Obi-Wan. Let me teach you the ways, my son.
Okay, well I should be taking notes, I guess. No problem.
So what's your footprint?
I'm trying to think now. Now you're putting me on the spot. What's my footprint? What have I done here? It's a good question.
Is there one thing that you've done that you've introduced, or are you just trying to make things better? Are you trying to get more views and impressions?
Well, that's the thing. When I took over or got this job, the social media here at Mohawk and Woodbine for Standardbred Racing, there wasn't a whole lot getting posted. Okay. It was very limited. It was basically centering around the big days, and even then we weren't doing a whole lot. So now, whether that's updating who's eligible to the North America Cup and letting you know when they're racing, making my big thing this year pushing for the NA Cup was that the average fan should know who the horses are leading up. We get so many fans who come out.
That would make sense.
Right, but we get a lot of fans who come out here for one night a year, and that's the North America Cup. They come out for the $1 million race, and it's the week of. They find out, whoever's the favorite, Huntsville, down by the seaside. But my push this year was let's introduce the horses to people before, so that they can even track and have a horse, maybe come out for the eliminations. Not talking about the harness racing fans, but the average fan. We have a pretty good sized population just around the area. It's a small town that we're in, Mohawk, but there's so many places around. So you want to make sure people know a little bit more about the product.
Now give us your shameless self-promotion for the Woodbine and Mohawk pages.
Mohawk Racing.
Okay.
Woodbine Racing. At Mohawk Racing.
On Twitter,
at Woodbine
Instagram,
Racing. Yep.
Facebook.
We've recently been able to get I don't know how, we have a social media coordinator at Woodbine who makes sure that we can get all the names for all the accounts we need. She had to fight to get Mohawk Racing. Somebody was holding on to that for a while.
Really? Okay.
But we got that now for Instagram. So across the board, and everything is Mohawk Racing or Woodbine Racing.
And then is that coordinated on the website too?
On the website, it's mohawkracetrack.com. woodbineracetrack.com.
Okay, so you guys...
We're pretty simple. We try to keep it simple.
Pretty simple. And, is it daily stuff? Is it,
We try to keep it daily and everything like that. Every race day, we're making sure that we tweet out, here's a link to the program,
Sure.
The other day, we had our big fireworks night, and lineups can be big on that night. You get a lot of families coming out to take part in all the activities. And the racing fans, sometimes you hear from them saying, they feel like their needs are forgotten on those big nights, which I can understand. So I'm putting out on our website and on our social media, look, you can print the program for free.
For free.
Forget about lineups. And having to fight to pay your, a few bucks to get your program. Here it is for free. Stuff like that.
So your whole initiative seems to be just get more stuff out there.
Absolutely.
And let the fans kind of mull through it, and because they will. They're all make it easy for them to search, because sports, we want data, we want stuff, just give us stuff, and we'll mull through it.
Yeah, and that's the same thing through our website. I'll update our website with a lot of different statistics that are, our different analysts and our hosts will provide. Chad Rosema does a nice job of keeping track of the, how a trainer has performed when sending out a horse that was off for more than 60 days, something like that. Layoff stats, trainer change stats, and we're putting that on the website and pushing that content, because while right now we're just trying, a lot of racetracks are just trying to get people to the track, but at the same time you can't forget about your core customers. So we want to make sure that they're getting what they need, and at the same time, right on our page, there's a big sign that says "Come out for the concert on North America Cup night."
Sure.
Right? You can't forget about that. As much as if it was to me, I wish the horses were bringing people out all the time, but of course, you got to get them to the track somehow. So.
Well, I mean, let's be realistic. You take Dunkin' Donuts, right? What do they serve? They serve breakfast. They serve coffee. Oh, Tim Hortons. Sorry.
Tim Hortons.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say this Dunkin' Donuts thing. Eh?
Tim Hortons serves coffee and breakfast, but then what do? Well, and Dunkin' Donuts, their building is closed for 12 hours a day. They merge with Baskin Robbins. Baskin Robbins serves dessert. So now you're hitting that merge where now we're maximizing our building.
Yeah.
So I would imagine, we can't race 7 nights a week at all these tracks.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing on the other nights that you're not racing, or the hours that you aren't racing? Even the time in between races. Yeah. When you aren't racing, you should maximize everything there and get as much exposure while you have an audience, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta make sure that, people are on social media all the time, or they're on whatever it is all the time. They want to find out information as quickly as possible. So anything that we can announce from here, whether that be leading up to big events, we get that out as soon as possible, and then we make sure to just try and get it into your mind as much as possible. Repetition in a sense, but not to the point that we drive you crazy.
Now I'll be the one. I'm usually the one that points out, okay, you guys are the best at something, but can you guys? Is there something that you feel proud of? Like, yeah, I do. We do that better than anybody else in either Canada, North America, or the world. What does Woodbine and Mohawk do better than anybody?
Well, I think you mentioned about our broadcasting and our graphics. I think here we do an unbelievable job, and they have a great crew in our TV department. And one of the big things I think that we do really well, and I'll say it before I go into this, that it would be tough, obviously, in the States for this equivalent, but here we're able to get our big races on TSN, which is the biggest sports channel in Canada, and we're able to make deals with them to broadcast our racing, and at the same time we're able to get a lot of coverage leading up to our big events from the Toronto Sun, which is one of the biggest newspapers in Canada. We have a spot in their paper every Friday, a horse racing section, stuff like that. So while it might not be that these platforms are reaching out to us, that it's the other way around, we're reaching out to them, we're still making good connections with them and getting plenty of exposure. So I think we do a really good job getting exposure for our sport. And I know it's probably tough, south of the border, because there's so it's a bigger place.
They don't have harness racing in Mexico, I don't think.
Fair enough. See, I threw you off there, didn't I? Yeah.
No,
okay. South of Canada, I guess.
Oh, okay,
that place. Yeah.
America.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
America,
and it's I'm sure it can be difficult, and we're lucky that Mohawk and Woodbine is basically Mohawk's 45 minutes from Toronto.
Sure.
So we have an advantage right there that we're in such the biggest city in our country. But I think we do a good job getting the sport out to people.